Yeah.
As they say, we are recording. Welcome,
We are live.
welcome to the pre-show. After we just had the pre-show, everyone.
There's a lot of pre-shows. When's the second episode starting? So I got a gauge for this time.
In an hour at the most,
In an hour at the
at the
okay.
latest, at the latest.
Okay. All right.
It's been so long. I forgot to ask you. Do you have a pile of shame or future retro?
Life is nothing but shame. No, I've got
Yeah,
lots.
yeah. No.
I think. Oh gosh, what do I want to talk about? Um, future retro. I want to talk about Full Throttle.
Full Throttle. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah, but there's a remake now. The
Ah,
remastered
okay.
version that I'm playing. So I'm
All
playing it for
right.
like the first time in 20 years. And
Proper
it's still good. It's still good.
proper future retro then. All right.
Yep. Yep.
One,
Oof.
Full Throttle. Oh God, what am I going to talk about? I've been doing so many things. What's the most impactful? I could probably talk about Ninja Gaiden then.
I should probably open up a window so I can like chat with this.
Crack a window, would you? Wait, what now? I don't understand. Oh, a window on your computer.
Yeah. 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 Bleh! All right.
Just scream outside, and I'll hear you. It's fine. That's how this works.
Oh man, I have such a pile of shame, and it's kind of like Mark's fault. He gave me like a stack of Xbox
Oh
games,
yeah.
and I'm slowly working my way through it. And that's where Full Throttle's coming in. So,
Got.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Great game.
Uh,
I'll tell you. Like, shame is there, but I've been playing more games this year than I've probably played in the last 10 years.
that's
Like,
great.
I mean, trying a lot of new stuff and things. Yup. Okay, should we
Yeah,
talk?
I got to kick off the countdown. So
Okay,
it's been a while.
I
Oh,
don't
Mark's
remember.
here.
I
Jody's
don't.
here.
I don't remember how this all works. Hey,
Illustrations
illustrations
is here.
here. Wow, look at us.
Okay,
Look at us.
media assets. They changed things. I haven't used StreamYard in a while. I thought about maybe trying to switch it up and use XSplit and Skype, but then like why would I want to curse myself like that? So we'll just do StreamYard
Okay.
because it worked first go. Okay, so there'll be a 30-second countdown,
All
and
right.
then the very brief nerd and tie stinger, and then we're on. We're going.
Goodness.
Oh, we probably shouldn't mention how long it's been because
Oh,
every episode that we have, we mention how it's been a long time. And then it's just like a series of episodes where we're like, it's been so long. It's like, I mean, it has been a long time.
it has been a long time, but look, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, when we were last broadcast, there wasn't a new season of Severance.
Damn. We are
You know,
truly
well,
living in the future.
yeah, we really are. We really are. We've got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
People are
Yeah.
here. I did not get an alert from YouTube
Nope. Nor did I.
that we are. Okay. Well,
Oh, I just got one now.
oh, you know why? Because I'm logged into the live account and not mine. Okay, okay, okay. Hold on. Just give me a second. We're better taped, everyone.
We are way better too. Oh, we've got a countdown going in the corner.
Do we?
Oh no! That just talks about how long we've been live. We've been live for like 4.5 minutes, and it's been
That's
gold.
okay. This is the pre-show, right? It's fine.
It's been gold.
Okay, we're in. This is more people than I expected. Okay, here we go. We're gonna count it down.
Right, I'm ready.
Now
I'm ready.
we're really gonna start.
All right, I
You
better get a
guys.
dance. Do a dance.
All right. Okay, here we go. And a go. Hey,
Gotta limber up.
yeah, I don't know those flanges.
Yeah. Hold on.
Let's dance.
Gotta
Put on
stretch.
your red shoes and dance the blues.
Gotta stretch before the podcast. Like,
Oh yeah.
don't wanna.
You.
Don't. It's been a while. I don't want to pull a vocal. I don't. Hold on. Ugh, okay. Time to train my game. Training some games here.
Oh man.
The merch. Got the merch.
Oh, is that what you're doing? You're showing off the merch. It all makes sense now.
Have I ever had this on a cast? Because I don't know how.
I don't think so.
This is merch. We got
That is merch. You can purchase that on our show, on our show's website. Hold on. There's a link for that. I'll get you the link for that.
It's gonna appear right here. Wait, no, it's not. It's probably not.
It's gonna be long. It's gonna be too long.
All right.
I'll stick it in the chatty chat.
Yep.
Make the bad man stop, says Mike.
Merch. You can buy our merch.
Sorry, did I say Mike? I'm a Mark.
Store. Zune. All right.
A Vinnk link. There we go. Yeah.
Oh my good.
It happens. How you doing, Vinnk?
I'm excellent.
Hey, I'm pretty good too. Yeah.
Look at me, man. I am living the dream.
Yeah, you look pretty stoked. You're also in a new space that I'm not familiar with.
I am in a new space. I am in my office right now because since last time we podcast, I quit my job. So and I started,
no small thing.
I started new stuff, and like, yeah, I am in my space right now because I don't want to wake up the kids. So
Yeah.
And, this is all good. Like, I'm also if you haven't noticed, I'm taking up less of the screen now because my weight is down from last year as well. So
that's awesome.
Yes, because I started going to the gym. Because I have time to go to the gym. That's crazy.
What a concept. I read your Christmas letter. It just came in the mail last night.
You got it. Oh, wonderful.
So I saw that. Wonderful. It's like, oh, that's great. So I'm glad you brought it up because I was going to do it.
Well, I'll tell you, I wrote that. I sent that letter like 3 weeks ago, and like, I'm happy to say that I'm still going to the gym now. I was a little worried that by the time you got to, I would have given up by now. But like, I have not. I have not.
That's great. Fantastic. Well, Happy New Year. And with 2025, there's a new Switch, guys.
There is a new Switch. Oh my goodness gracious. We know nothing about it. Like, I mean, we know what it looks like. We know what it looks like. We know that like they decided to do a non-dumb name for it, so that's going to help.
But Super Nintendo Switch was right there. It was right there.
Yeah, that's true. Super Switch, Mega Switch, Switch 64,
Switch D4,
Switch D4. Yes, Switch Advance.
Oh yeah.
Could have done Switch Advance. They could have done any Switch way but lose.
Sold. I'm renaming this podcast. All right. So things we know, right? It's bigger. I had this like.
Is it?
Well, I had this scary suspicion, like looking at how much of the bevel the screen takes up on the new form factor. I'm like, it's not the same screen as the OLED, is it? It's got to be a bigger screen. It's got to be.
It's definitely a bigger screen, but like the whole form factor is not as much bigger as I thought because it has a lot less border. You know, like what is it called? Bezel.
Yeah.
I'm embezzle. I don't know. Man, coffee's great.
Isn't it? I don't drink coffee. I have hot chocolate. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I
good.
got to wake up. So this is too early for me. This is usually we used to do this at night for me and afternoon or noonish
Yeah.
for you. So you have to put off your lunch. And now,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We used to skip lunch for the podcast. Yeah, as we like. Yeah.
Good healthy choices.
We are we are gonna find this is the year of Famicom Dojo.
Oh man, there's so much
This
going on.
is the year of Famicom Dojo.
There's so much going on. We'll save it for the end, but there's so much going on.
Save it. Okay. All right. So topic.
Yeah. All right. Bigger form factor, bigger screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Larger Joy-Cons for the bigger form factor.
I like that.
A mysterious button.
Yeah, I possibly being
what
able
is
to
it?
use as an optical mouse.
That's wild. Like I saw those leaked photos and they were in there.
Like
I didn't notice.
that's one of the rumors, and like yeah. Okay, first of all, let's go back. Switch
Yeah.
2 has been rumored since for like the last 4 years, basically.
Mhm.
Like everybody's been clamoring, but in the last 2 years, it's really hyped up because it's the hold on, what year in the cycle is Switch right now? 7, 8?
It'll be 8 years old this March.
It'll be 8
So
years
it'll
old this
be
March. And like that's the longest any Nintendo console's ever gone.
right
So, like,
without a successor.
without
Yeah.
a successor. I mean, like Nintendo has a history of keeping their consoles going for a while. So like, okay, well maybe hold on, maybe not. Hold on. No. Famicom to Super Famicom, we're talking
7 years, right?
7 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, and in the US 8.
Oh.
No, not sorry. In the US 6.
Yes.
85 to 91. So
Right.
So I mean, but they kept theirs going for a while after that. Like the last first party Nintendo games were like tail end of 93, early 94, something like that.
Right.
Wario's Woods was the last Nintendo licensed title release, but there were quite a few.
Right. Because we also got the NES 2 and
Yep.
AV Famicom at the end there. That's a whole fun story.
Which at the time, I remember when I saw it, I was like, "Who are you kidding? What are you doing? Like, why would anybody buy that?" And I'm like, "Why didn't I buy that?" It's like, but it was like, yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So this is wild because when the Switch came out before the PlayStation 4.
Right.
Wait, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. The Wii U came out before the play. We kind of forget the Wii U sometimes. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
PS4 was 20.
Okay, but
14?
it came out
13.
before the PS4 Pro.
Yes.
And so we've had like full on generation, going on there. So there's been a successor and a pro version of the successor just within, the Switch's lifespan. Sadly, the word is the Switch 2 loses the OLED screen. I'm sure there's going to be a Switch 2 OLED version down the road. So, don't worry. I'm sure they'll find a way to milk us further.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's plenty of room. There's plenty of room on that form factor. I noticed right away. Yep. So I'm like, I just got an OLED though, right? Like I got it a year ago. But the kids keep asking me, Dad, when can we get another Switch? Because I have 3 kids, and then there's me. So we're 3 Switches in the house right now. And I'm like, no, we're just gonna get a Switch 2. It's gonna be announced any day now. And then sure enough,
I have 4 kids and we have 1 Switch. So,
man,
I'm adding a second one into the ecosystem. But the thing is, I mean, that's by design. rather than economy. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I worry that if we have a Switch for each of the kids, that's all they do. Like
Right.
I'm a, but um,
We've
and
been teaming up lately. Like before, we would have had to buy what,
yep,
4 different copies of Splatoon 3 or whatever, which is pretty cost prohibitive.
yeah.
But instead, we can all play Fortnite for free.
There you go.
So,
There you go. No, that works.
Nintendo, are you listening? Nintendo, I know you're listening.
The thing is, like, there's no shortage of other consoles in my house, though. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's important. It's important for me that I raise my kids right and that they know history. So they're playing Famicom and stuff. So.
That's right. They got to progress through the generations.
Yeah, but plus I like to see them fight. Like I really like. I think I'm like raising them like kind of like social Darwinism of like I need to separate the wheat from the chaff or chaff. What is
Chaff.
chaff? Yeah.
Yeah. If it chafes, it's itchy.
I need my children to chafe. But no, I mean like. But like that's how I grew up. We had the one television, so like it was like me like competing against my dad watching Crossfire, like on television, and like me wanting to play Dragon Quest. Like it was, and I think that made me stronger.
I agree.
I turned out great.
Can you imagine having 2 TVs? Or 2 phone lines?
Around the time of later high school, I think we got the second TV in the other room just because it was getting weird. But the thing is, we had a computer as well. So like if I couldn't play the Nintendo, I went on the Apple II.
Yeah.
And played and played a variety of really good games, on that. So like it was fine, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So But I'll definitely get the Switch too, so that we add that into, and then the kids, for the most part, until there's some like groundbreaking game, they're gonna probably be fine continuing to use just the Switch because like it's like a Minecraft scene right now in our house anyway. So,
well, that's one of the things I've been wondering too. It's like I'm gonna get a Switch at launch, but I don't know if Nintendo's made the case why anyone else should. Because the OLED thing, that probably doesn't matter. I don't know how many Switch 2 exclusive games there are going to be. Like, the fact that it can do the Switch 2 cartridges, the Switch cartridges right off the bat, great. Obviously.
Gotta dance about that.
Oh, yeah.
It's
like
backwards compatible.
Mostly asterisk. How do you do an asterisk sign? I don't know. Anyway, asterisk. It doesn't work with some things. Suspected that it has to do with the IR camera that may or may not be.
That is my guess. Like
on the
if I was dropping any feature, I would drop that one because it was used in like Labo and like some weird like. This is a night vision program for it's like there's very little that's another one, the Nintendo like the Labo, like the cardboard blah blah blahs, just because of the different controller size that's a good contender for one that's not going to continue on and
yeah.
But like,
I mean, whose cardboards lasted that long anyway?
I'm just absolutely. Oh, put Mark's comment up. That's important.
Which one?
The most recent comment. And will everyone charge for game upgrades? Okay, now I think he's referring
will anyone?
No, I mean, like, okay. Do you remember when Wii U came out?
Uh-huh.
And like if you had your virtual console games, you had to pay for the upgrade.
Okay.
Like, your library would transfer over, but you paid for the upgrade. Yeah.
So wait, let's jump to that because Nintendo. I don't know if Nintendo has said. I mean, they've they've made mention that that their service is supposed to
Sure.
be compatible with the Switch too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it would stand to reason that they would offer Nintendo Switch Online games
Yeah.
for the Switch 2, and if it's backwards compatible, and as long as the Switch 2 has access to all the same things that the current Switch does in the eShop, it would seem like you could download NES, Super NES, N64, and all that stuff as it is. But I could see Nintendo being like, I want to start from scratch and have the excitement of a slow trickling release.
Nintendo's got a Nintendo. I'm waiting for Switch 2 now with what is it? Urban Champion. Here's Excitebike for you again. But I'm really hoping that you see one of the mysteries we don't have now, and it'll I don't know when it's going to be revealed exactly, but we need to know exactly what the architecture is. It's rumored that it's similar, but if it's basically on the same type of general architecture, it should be easy to continue. People criticize that the Wii was just a souped up GameCube. You know what I mean, or two GameCube duct taped together. But it made the backwards compatibility really easy, and the only reason they dropped it in later Wii's was not because it was the hardware. It was because having a disk drive that took two different size disks was mechanically expensive. Mm-hmm. But that was the only reason they dropped it. And so we were talking about this, is the next version of the Switch 2 going to drop Switch 1 support? And I don't think it will.
Like a Switch 2 Pro. Yeah,
exactly. But in the handheld market, it's usually Model 1 has full backwards compatibility and Model 2 doesn't. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. Right. That's how the DS and 3DS lines went.
My thought is, if it has exactly the same, but those ones had to have extra chips in to get those games working.
Right. I don't expect that'll be the case.
But if it's the same architecture and it's basically just software, I don't see any reason why they would remove it. Yeah,
I can't imagine them sandboxing Switch games the way that they did with the Wii and the Wii U.
Yeah. Okay.
So Mark clarified he meant existing Switch software like cartridges and stuff. I don't think that they're going to do that. I legit don't, because people are probably, for full compatibility for a while, are probably going to want to make Switch games so that it works on both, right? They're not going to want to cut off the large install base. Nintendo itself might, but most third-party developers, there's no way. It's I'm not making a Switch 2 game right now. Maybe in 3 years, maybe in 5 years.
Because I do wonder if it's going to be the 3DS model or the Xbox model. Do you know what I mean? So you've got 3DS that came out, and 3DS software does not work in the DS. It's its own thing, but it still plays backwards compatible with the DS. Or if it's going to be like the Xbox One to Xbox Series X, where a lot of games, even games still coming out now, are forwards compatible. Do you know what I mean? The smart delivery thing,
Sure.
So will the Switch 2 games, the ones that launch, will they still work on the Switch, some of them?
Right. I was wondering that too.
Game Boy Color games work, the first round of Game Boy Color games worked for both, and then they slowly phased out. Or is it going to be and also, the other question, I think, and this is an important one, will there be upgrades to existing Switch games? There should, but I don't know if there will.
I don't think Nintendo doesn't seem like the company that would do that. They'll specifically make, Wind Waker HD, right?
Yeah.
because there's a clear difference there. Like I can't imagine a small performance boost is going to be worth someone wanting to spend another $70 on a game.
Now, I mean, I do wonder if just by the like, it depends if they're doing it through emulation or if it's pure just just. But if they are, if the Switch backwards compatibility is through emulation, then a frame rate boost would be a trivial thing to do.
Right.
But if it's just, using a Switch chip that's in the board, kind of like GameCube emulation or something like that, there's they're not gonna do anything because they've already made their money. Do you know what I mean? Like
how about this? How about this? Right. I got two thoughts going at once about this now. So like you have the cartridge, right? Yeah. Like a cartridge these days is basically just a pass key to the downloadable software because there's almost no way that whatever's on the cart is what you actually end up playing on the console. So what if you put the cartridge, the Switch cartridge into the Switch 2 and it detects, oh, I'm playing on Switch 2. It gets a slightly different version of the patch than the Switch would, and then maybe it has the performance enhancements built in.
I mean, that's definitely
maybe.
A way, it's definitely a way it could be. Although, like, I will say now, playing games on, PlayStation 4, and I just got an Xbox Series X back there too. Are really just like proof that you own the game, but I still find that most Switch games, the vast majority of them, are completable without downloading anything or installing, without downloading any updates.
Sure. They function, but like the patches still exist.
There are games that especially indie titles, which never get or need a patch. I've had games that I've bought that I bought years ago that I've opened up and put in, and it doesn't say to upgrade anything.
Well, like limited run games waits until they're done patching too, right? It tends to.
Usually, yeah. But I'm also usually one of the people who, because I have this weird preservationist streak in me, which we're going to get into in the next podcast a lot. But I always try to see if the game will work without upgrading, because you always have the option. With the newer consoles, you don't have any option. It's like upgrade or don't play, But like, Nintendo, you want to upgrade or skip it for now, And I usually skip it just to see if the game is there, Because
I tried to stream Fallout 3 on my Xbox Series X recently, and I couldn't do it because the system needed an update. And the reason it blocked me was because I had to play online. This first player Xbox 360 game had to go online to play. And I'm like, does it really? And so I downloaded the system update, tried to filibuster live on stream, and then it wouldn't play. It said that it wasn't supported anymore. And I'm like, oh, come on. I played this game like a month ago. So I had to reboot the Series X. Still, that's scary. That could happen too. We could get cut off at some point.
Yeah. And like, Mark in the chat is talking about like thinking bigger than FPS boosts, taking a Switch game, applying an upgrade, adding levels, graphics, whatever. And they could. And maybe, I could definitely see it for anything. Like Nintendo doesn't really have anything to the equivalent of a live service game. The closest would be Splatoon. But I can totally see them just releasing Splatoon 4. But if they do,
that's what I'm expecting.
But if they do decide to keep Splatoon 3 and they want to keep that ecosystem, I could definitely see them adding exclusive things for the,
Right. And they could. I'm sure there's a way to be able to tell. Now, here's a brain teaser for you.
Go for it.
Will there be Switch 2 cartridges? Is Nintendo going to go digital?
No, they're not.
You don't think so?
In the teaser, they showed a physical Switch 2 cartridge.
Was it a Switch 2 cartridge, or was it just a Switch cartridge?
I mean, they showed that games would be available on cartridges. So
the only thing that they showed was that Switch games. I wish I could put this up on the screen here.
I mean,
that last graphic shows a Switch cartridge in the Switch and then one in the Switch 2.
yeah.
I presume that's meant to illustrate how Switch cartridges, Switch 1 cartridges, are compatible on both. We didn't see a Switch 2 cartridge. I didn't see one.
Okay, I'm.
Which will a Switch 2 cartridge taste
What,
like?
the strawberry.
What I'm getting at is, because this is going to like dovetail into the next topic, but like there has to be some way, if there are cartridges, also for the Switch 2 to differentiate them, because like it was real dumb and simple in the Game Boy. Yeah. There's a little notch on the Game Boy carts versus the Game Boy Color and whatever else, and then there was a notch for 3DS.
There was
as
a notch
well.
for 3DS. There was no notch for Game Boy Color. You could totally.
Really?
Yep.
I thought that there was like a bevel. No? Okay. Well, 3DS for sure.
It's fun because I like to put Game Boy Color games into my Super Game Boy and see the warning messages, because some of them are really well thought out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're like, this game is not compatible with this, but some of them are just text and some of them are like a whole screen. It's fun.
Okay, that's fun. All right.
Anyway,
but yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like clearly, if there are going to be cartridges, it has to fit into a slot that would fit a Switch 1 cartridge. So, is it going to be controlled through software? Is it going to be controlled through a notch on the hardware?
Okay. I mean, obviously, Nintendo's good at Nintendo. Do you know what I mean? But it would.
It was the power switch. Illustrations corrected me. That's what I was thinking of. You couldn't pull the tab across because there was a notch on the Game Boy cartridges that the notch did not exist on the color cartridges.
Something like that.
And that's what stopped you. Yep.
So, oh yeah, it wouldn't work on the but like later Game Boys didn't have the holding.
Right. Yeah, the original Game Boy had the notch to keep it from pulling it out, like the Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Anyway, getting back to that, like, again, Nintendo could do anything because Nintendo's like, let's have a big announcement and release an alarm clock. Like Nintendo is like, they're doing their own thing. But if Nintendo really does want to not continue their stranglehold on the Japanese market, they need to continue with physical media here. At least here, because kids are not, it's still a society where they're getting point cards are being available now. People are doing it, but there's still like a reluctance that people are still like digital adoption has really gone up in the last, especially since COVID in Japan. But it's still not anywhere near where it is in the United States. And retail game space still is a thriving market, and it's still where the majority of games are sold. So it would be a real misstep, I think, to completely. But I think this is the last generation of cartridges, even for Nintendo.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean.
Oh boy.
We'll get into that in the next podcast.
Sure. But as far as Nintendo is concerned, I need to rant about this because I've thought about doing like a little video. I hate the way that Nintendo handles their eShop permissions. So for those who don't know, the way that this works is that on your Nintendo account, especially like if you have stuff hooked up to Nintendo Switch Online, you can define a home console where any account that's on that console can play any game, digital or physical. When I got my Switch OLED, I found out the hard way that does not carry over to like peripheral consoles. So I would download up something free like Fortnite, or I think at the time it was what's the other game that they make that's like the cars and they play soccer? Rocket League. I couldn't play. So my kids have, like I said, we have 3 Switches, and so we all tried to play Rocket League, but because I downloaded Rocket League, their accounts couldn't play it on the Switch Lite or the OLED. Now, there's a way around that. There is something in the menu, especially for free games, where you can just say that, yes, oh yeah, this person downloaded it too. It won't download it again, but you just kind of mark that account as having downloaded it so they can play it too. But that's weird. And also, obviously, for paid games, you got to pay twice.
Yeah.
So that stinks. It's like, no, I own this console. I shouldn't have to switch my home console every time I want everyone in the family to be able to play. That's silly. So physical cartridges completely bypass that problem because you just stick it in. Again, like it's a pass key for the fact that yes, I own this game. I can't use it in two places at once. Clearly, so I hope Nintendo addresses this. I doubt they will, but I don't want physical to go away for that reason alone.
Like if I do get a Switch 2, I don't want to make accounts on every system, and we don't really do much online gaming anyway. But if they want to play Mario Galaxy, I want to just or the Mario Odyssey, I just want to hand them the cartridge. Here, go ahead.
Right.
But I gotta say, nope, I'm gonna save it for the next podcast.
Okay,
I got Xbox things to say.
Gotta bifurcate these topics. They are related, which is why we're doing them so close together.
Okay.
Any final thoughts on Switch 2?
Okay. Switch 2 is, if they really do have this mouse ability with the controllers, we are possibly looking at the return of the greatest series of all time, Mario Paint.
Yes! Totaka Song Part 2!
Got kind of a sequel on, you have it, on the 64DD with the Mario Artist.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like first I was like, oh, they can put Mario Paint on Nintendo Switch Online. Oh, they can put the Mario Artist series on the N64 version. Oh, dude, like people can't play that now. They can't do it.
Yep. And then then the United States can finally get Mario and Wario, a great mouse-based platformer that never came out in the States. They have a fully completed sim music program that they never released, and things like there's so much that like it would be great, and like and plus a lot of modern gaming works really well with the mouse. You know what I mean? So like if they implement it right, I was playing Mario Paint on stream fairly recently. It holds up. It holds up. It holds up so well. Love that the controllers are magnetic, because I almost ruined a set of, like my Switch right now, because the controllers have been switched out so often and so many kids have used it over the years. They don't really hold on anymore.
Oh,
like a magnet will continue to magnetize. Like when the Switch was brand new, that was a tight connection. But right now, if I were to hold the Switch and go, it's gonna fall right through. Like it's gonna fall right out. But like the magnets will be much better in that respect.
Magnets, how do they work?
I just hope they fix the Joy-Cons. I've gone through like 6 Joy-Cons already of like the drift, and I know that there's people out there who's like, oh, just fix them.
I keep meaning to do a video about that because I fixed the one on my the Switch Lite. Fortunately, it was the left one, so I didn't have to do as much surgery. But I imagine the Joy-Cons themselves are easier. I still have a spare.
Yeah, I would assume so. But anyway, like I'm excited. I'm excited because I don't need the Switch 2 to be like the top of the line, the best. Like if they can get it to the power of the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, X or whatever, something like that, it's going to be fine for what Nintendo does.
Sure.
But like if they could make if you played, Tears of the Kingdom, that's a gorgeous game. But if it could have a little bit better frame rate, that'd be great. Maybe a little bit higher resolution. But like Nintendo is good at like you making their art style survive past hardware limitations,
Yep. Yep.
And I'm not going to buy third-party games on the Switch unless they have unless it makes sense. Like I'm probably going to buy Balatro on the Switch too, so I can play it, and so I can unless I can find a way to get it in a chip in my brain, that would be better. Ooh, that should have been my future retro.
Oh man.
Ooh.
You can change it. We haven't talked about it yet. Let's just when we get there, we get there.
Yeah.
So, all right, just a couple of final thoughts for me then. So potential 4K docked. Don't really know if I care. We'll find out. Price point. Yeah. I am hoping they hold the line at $350, but I expect maybe $4.
I'm feeling like it kind of depends how inflation is by that time.
Right, or tariffs.
And tariffs, but like,
because who would do that?
Because probably I'm sure the processor in it is going to be, of course, it's obviously more modern, but it's probably not super top of the line because Nintendo doesn't usually do that. They use something that's a little bit old, so like they should be able to retain that price point, and I think they should if possible. Because,
especially if they ditch the OLED, like Mark's saying.
Yeah, so like. You're going to want to build up the ecosystem right away. I mean, I guess it kind of also depends how long they want to keep the Switch going, because I could see them giving this one a higher price point and then drop the point of the old Switch and make that the entry-level system.
Right. Yes.
That's like what Sony did with PlayStation 2 when PlayStation 3 came out. And that went on for 5 years,
Right.
It was, so...
Well, on the other hand, if they want people to adopt Switch too, I feel like they might have to make the original Switch more difficult to get.
Yeah.
I keep wondering if we're going to get things like NSO controllers that are specific to the Switch too.
It's very possible.
Or if they're going to make adapters. I doubt it because I'm sure there's going to be different features.
Yeah.
But you never know.
So, what's your predicted release date?
Oh God, probably November.
Yeah. I think they'll want to. I was really hoping they'd try their March launch again, but since they're announcing the games in April, that's not happening.
Yeah, I can't imagine them doing summer, maybe early fall, but I'm guessing more holiday season.
Like, Japan is such a huge market for them that there was the possibility when they said it was being announced that I thought it might try to go for May, like Golden Week. But since that software showcase is so low, it's possible that they could try for Obon season, which is late August. But I think you're right. I think they're going to go for the Christmas holiday. I totally agree. Okay, what do you think is going to be the launch titles? Come on, let's do this.
Well, there's not going to be a Zelda.
Yep. What?
No Zelda for sure. We're overdue for a Mario title.
Yep, 3D Mario, I think.
Odyssey was so long ago, but it was so good. I don't know how you follow it up. I legit don't.
Odyssey 2,
I guess switch to Odyssey 2. Okay, yeah.
Like Galaxy 2 was good, and it's the only direct sequel to a 3D Mario game ever. But it was good. But it didn't sell as well as the original, so maybe they're a little reluctant for that. But maybe don't mess it up too much. I mean, we're gonna have Mario Kart 9 right away.
Yeah.
I would imagine that there's gonna be either Splatoon 3 Deluxe or Splatoon 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say having online games specifically, and I guess Mario Kart could fit that bill too. But Splatoon's a tentpole at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, there's going to be launch titles that are just going to be there in general. They're going to be ready with Minecraft. They're going to be ready with Fortnite. They're going to have all those things just ready to go.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Can I play Dragon Age Veilguard on it? I just bought it for Series X. I don't care.
Yeah. I think I think is another thing. I think this is going to be the time a lot of the third parties release the stuff that they couldn't do before. And
Right.
like, like people are talking about like Red Dead Redemption or whatever, or like, and it's like, I don't care. I wouldn't buy it on that anyway. But like for some people, that's going to be a good thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
if it can handle it, like it's, I can see a lot of things that were like on the PlayStation 4 Pro and things like that are also on the PlayStation 5, that should be, fairly easy with modern architecture to port. Like, I mean, they got The Witcher 3 on the Switch. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
on the
Sure.
original. So like impossible ports are like, so
Right.
I'm guessing we're going to see like a more updated version of a Doom, some kind of Doom, some kind of a, stuff like that. Okay, will EA be on board?
Oh.
Because right now, because they supported the Switch with Unravel and like FIFA. That was it. That's all the support they got. But like, are we going to get a Madden game? Are we going to get like that?
Yeah.
I it's really
As much as I like to see like Mass Effect 4 on the Switch,
like
I doubt.
EA had their excuse with Switch, like is an underpowered system they're trying to deliver, blah 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 blah. But they're I mean, like the new Madden came out for Xbox One, like regular Xbox One, and like PlayStation 4 still. Like it's not a hardware issue anymore.
Yeah.
Then again, it really wasn't with the Switch either. But but like, yeah, I don't know. Like they've been so successful though without supporting the Switch that like,
Right. It's just them being gracious at this point if they feel the market is there. I don't know if the Switch 2 is enough.
I don't remember about the details of the deal, but the buyout of Activision, didn't that involve that they would have to make ports of like Call of Duty for Nintendo consoles? I
have no idea.
Because that deal went through a lot of steps and a lot of whatever.
All right.
I'll just say.
All right.
I just say. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah.
Dance break.
Dance break. Yeah, you guys let us know what you think the Switch 2 is going to be, and then we'll know in April. We'll know in a couple of months, basically.
Yeah.
So,
all right. I feel like that's when we'll know about the games, but I feel like some of the stuff is going to come out a little bit before that. I feel like they're not going to go radio silent for. Never mind. This is Nintendo. You're right. Dance break.
All right, Vinnk, what do you got for me for future retro and or pile of shame?
All right. I'm going to change. I'm changing my mind because probably my most played game of the last couple of months has been Game of the Year contender. Am I saying it right? Balatro? I think I'm saying.
I don't know how to spell that.
It is a roguelike card game that Mark that I wanted to ignore, but Mark was like, "You got to try this," and then I did, and it's breathtaking. It's such a. Have you played it?
No, I haven't.
Then you know what, Sean? Like you've got things going on in your life, right?
I've heard.
I mean, like you got things like you've got responsibilities, and you've got maybe don't play it. Like don't play it because like when you start playing it, Balatro is my new game dev story.
Oh no.
It's a very one more round type of.
Nope. I won't even try it. I won't even try it because Civ 5 could have ended my marriage. One more turn turns into half an hour of a turn.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I couldn't even pick up Civ 6. I had to quit cold turkey. I've been sober for 12 years.
Think of how much more Famicom Dojo there would have been if Civ 5 hadn't existed.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yeah.
So when's season 2 coming out? Or season 3?
Funny you should mention that. Let's save all that for the end. We got lots to say at the end because it's been a while. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. I wasn't supposed to say those 4 words.
All right.
Anyway, I ruined it.
It's a card game, but it's a roguelike. Like, it's the basis is poker, but that's really it doesn't. But like, depending on the various power ups, the jokers that you have, you might find that that a full house is way weaker than a pair of 2s if you've built your power ups up in the way.
That's so weird.
So good, because like early on you want to do normal poker hands, like straights, flushes, and stuff like that. But then as you go through, you buy power ups which kind of determine the way you're going. So like maybe now you've got a power up that if you get a flush, it gives you an 8 times multiplier. But then maybe you playing an extra card that means a flush can be played with only 4 cards rather than 5. And then you do another one that like every spade you have in your hand is going to give you a bonus, but maybe every heart that remains in your hand that you don't play also gives you a bonus. So like you're playing around. So every time you play it, it's different.
I've been trying to play Sheephead for 17 years, and I'm still no good at it. I don't know if this is for me.
I don't. And I haven't even scratched the surface. There's also these celestial cards, which if I really get into, I think I'm just, it's so good that I'm very glad that I didn't buy it for my iPhone. That's my since it's on the Switch and my kids, and we only have one Switch, has kept me productive.
Okay.
Because if I had it on my phone and I could play it anytime, we wouldn't be having this podcast right now. I'd be playing it. Like,
I'm guessing it's a fraction of the price on iPhone too. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, I think it's $10 on the iPhone, and it's like
that's like a fortune.
And it's like $14 on consoles. So it's like
it's cheaper. Okay, but yeah, $10 is a lot for an iPhone game.
So if everything else in your life kind of goes to crap, you should play Balatro. But if you want to maintain things like relationships, productivity, things like that, probably give it a pass for now.
All right. Well, I'll just enjoy that you enjoy it, and we'll have to leave it at that.
Okay. How about you? Future Retro, Pile of Shame? What you playing?
Yeah, I've not been playing a lot of games lately. I mentioned in passing Fortnite, which I did for a while, and then like we all just sort of jumped into that, and then haven't really played it much since. That was fun, but I've been having more fun, honestly, with like the new live streams we've been doing this year, and I decided in December to play Ninja Gaiden because playing Yonoid, we had discussed how there was actually a ninja game that was based on, and I'm like, yeah, ninja games don't usually do well in the United States because, like, your favorite game. Every time I think of it, I can't think of the name.
Hattori. What is it?
Ninja Hattori-kun. Yeah.
Ninja Hattori-kun. Yeah.
Yeah, like that one, or like was it Murasami Joe?
Yeah.
Like they don't really come over here except Ninja Gaiden. So I was like, oh, I should play that game because I'm like, I remember I played this once a while ago and I got really far. Well, I went and I played it on the stream, and it turns out I was on level 2. like Act 2, Level 1. I was like, oh, that's not very far at all. So I got to play this game, and I got stuck. I got stuck at the end of Act 5, and it turns out I was playing the game wrong the entire time. So a bunch of wonderful people in the comments subsequently helped me with that. But,
I wanted to take out bosses like they were nothing.
Yeah, I clearly did not play this game much as a kid. Like, I liked the idea of it, and I didn't own it myself. I don't think I even rented it. What's that?
I read the novel.
There's a novel?
Like, it was like Scholastic Book Club. There was a novel called Worlds of Power, and it was like a novelization of Ninja Gaiden. And like, I read that first before I ever played the game, and everyone else is always like the cutscenes, the story. It's so amazing in this game.
Yeah.
But I was like, the book's better.
That's funny.
I know, it's so weird. It's so weird. But you know what? I'm going to try to go on eBay, or maybe Internet Archive has it. I want to read it again.
Okay.
I remember really liking it. And
Sure.
then when I played the game, I'm like, they cut out so much from the book.
The source material.
Afterwards, it was definitely. But yeah, Worlds of
Well,
Power.
what's wild about this game is that like it was originally an arcade game that wasn't as deep, and it's like
goodness,
it's an okay.
Yeah, I usually I can't watch your streams because they're like at 2 a.m, but I was awake,
Yeah.
so I'm like, I'm gonna watch, and I'd never seen the arcade version. It's so weird.
Isn't it weird? Like, so guys, like you can get it on the Switch Arcade Archives, right? So I paid like $8 for this. You like, it's really pretty. Like, it's clearly like 16-bit architecture and whatnot, sampled sounds and whatever. But it's just a beat 'em up. Like, you can have 2 players, and it's like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and you can't use your sword right away. You have to get a sword power up. It's nuts. There's no story. It's just hard action 80s hero, the macho-ness. That's the entire game. So like the NES version is a complete about face, and they made a gem out of whatever that was. So like, go ahead.
There's a lot of arcade games like that. There really are. That like the home version is somehow like different and better. I don't know. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, it literally is different and better because they redid it from the ground up. It's more like Castlevania.
Yeah.
And the whole power-up structure. So one of the things I had to learn was that there's a certain power-up that I want to get and try to not lose until I get to the boss. Try not to use any of the power. You can hit down and B to not, because it's the spinny one. I think it's called the Dragon Power. I don't know. That's what I called it in a shorts video recently. And as long as you hit down and B when you swipe in the air, you don't fire it, and then you can save it up for the boss and spin like Sonic, and they're dead. It's crazy how well that works. I ended up playing through the whole game on my own, just capturing video of me beating all the bosses that way. It's great fun, but also I am very weak sauce. I could not play it well without the rewind feature on NSO. Like, it's just, the game cheeses you too hard for me to get it done in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I cheated, but we got through the whole thing. And we found out that the lady who shot you in Act 2 was named Irene. Spoilers!
I know. I've read the book.
You read I'm sorry.
I read the book, man.
I'm sorry.
The book's
all right. So we have those streams. You should check them out. Check out the game if you can get an NSO. It's fun. It's a 80s classic. All right, we got to get to our next stream, but I want to do a little housekeeping. We've been hard at work on all kinds of, like, you were not kidding earlier when you said that this is going to be the year of the dojo, because we are. Yesterday, I had 3 YouTube shorts up on 3 different channels. Like, I've been trying to like inundate the live channel with 3 to 4 shorts videos a week to help build its profile.
15 more subs.
Yeah, just 15 more subs and a few hundred more watch hours, which watching this stream will help. Or if you're listening on the audio version, come over to the stream next.
Yeah.
see the raw, unedited version.
Because if you're listening to this on the podcast right now, you've missed a number of truly great dances.
Oh yes, and comments from the viewers / listeners that only appeared on screen that we may have casually referenced. Ooh. But you know, we know that you're not here just for the live stuff, so we're trying to work on a new video. We're doing an update to our instructions on how to download Japanese Nintendo Switch Online virtual consoles
before it's completely obsolete.
I'm sure. Well, no, I'm making a whole list now of like Switch 2 videos we can do. Does this work on the Switch 2? Does it work differently? Is there a way to transfer your Switch identity to Switch 2? I'm wondering these things. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be prepared for this eventuality. But yeah, the fact that this is happening right now, Nintendo, I should have released this video a year ago, but life happens. But there'll be more where that came from, especially if y'all watch and like and subscribe and whatever. But we also have a merch store, brand new merch store. I got things like this Two Boobs Watch the Tube mug that I've been drinking out of. It's actually empty. I never was drinking anything out of it. But we also have t-shirts and hats and hoodies to stay warm in the polar vortex that we're experiencing right now in North America. Good stuff. It's on Fourth Wall. Check out the link in the show notes. What am I missing? Patreon. Because you mentioned season 2. So we have a brand new season pass tier on Patreon where if you subscribe for 2 months, you're going to get a DVD, guys. And that DVD is going to depend on everyone who subscribed to the Patreon. But I'm guessing people want season 2. That's my guess. Which means we may have to make one more video to cap it off. I would like to make more than that, but like, let's just do one. So hopefully around July.
Season finale.
Yeah. Hopefully around July, we can announce what the disc is going to be. But there are benefits to subscribing before that.
The more people who are on board with it, the more we're going to be able to put into it too. You know, so
exactly. Yeah. And it's exclusive. Like if we are to finish season 2 the way we want to, that'll be a separate thing. Don't worry about it. But like this specific disc we're making, if you don't get it this year, it's gone. Like if you aren't subscribed by December 2025, you will not get it. Yeah. So that's how we're gonna do it. But every year we're gonna have a new disc is the plan.
I mean, there's not gonna be. It's not gonna be like all new episodes are only on these discs. Although No. No, but like it's definitely going to be whatever this compilation is and whatever little junk we put on, you know, is going to be unique. So we give people a reason to get excited, you know?
Yeah, man. All right, that's all I got for you because we got to get to the next topic, the next podcast. I'm a try and drop a link.
Yeah, drop a link here.
I'm not going to be able to drop a link in the chat. Just hang out. You'll see the next one start up, and then we'll see you over on the next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And then until next time, I guess the dojo is...
Until next time, the dojo is being upgraded for the next generation, now with magnets.
Ooh, how do they work?
How do they work? Okay.
All right.
Oh, dear, oh dear.
And I can't end it yet. I gotta do the thing. Do the thing. This is where we go. Here we go.
Famicom Dojo.